Chapter 11. Oops, sorry. The song stops and the silence, somehow, is more unnerving. Who's there? I spin around, trying to stop my heart from pattering. I can't see anybody, but I definitely heard something. I think it's the song, the melody from the first night, and the one I keep dreaming and hearing all around me. Is there somebody out there? I glance over my shoulder again, but everything has been gobbled up by the night, while ahead of me the archway is filled with a shaft of silver moonlight. Did I imagine it? I start to walk forward. But then a musical voice comes again, and this time it's not singing. Hurry up! The trilling voice is right behind me now, and it stops me dead in my tracks. Butterflies begin fizzing through my stomach, like something exciting and maybe nerve-wracking is about to happen. That's it. I'm not waiting for whoever, whatever it is to jump out at me. I run under the archway, veering to the left, sliding about on fallen leaves until I'm heaving for breath. I don't need the torch anymore. The moon is like a huge spotlight illuminating the overgrown garden, full of tangled paths. Scratching sounds in the undergrowth make me dart behind a decaying wooden structure overloaded with scented flowers, their drowsy smell reaching my nose, almost making me swoon. I hold myself steady and look round, searching for whoever is following me, listening for their footsteps. Arjun warned me to keep away from here. He told me it was dangerous, and now it's too late. I hear the high sing-song voice again. Race you to the swing. My heart stammers, and I'm about to stumble backwards, but an icy hand grabs mine. I startle, terror flooding me. Careful! What's wrong? A smiling face appears in the darkness. A girl, about my age. I was getting so tired waiting. She wraps her arms around me and gives me the biggest hug ever. I wriggle away from her, feeling confused and still half afraid, but she slings an arm across my shoulder. I'm so glad you're back, she says, as if we're long lost friends. Who is this girl, and what is she doing in the family garden? I can't stop staring. She's just a bit taller than me, and her long plaits are twisted across the top of her head. She's wearing an embroidered flowery dress with loose trousers underneath and a thick sheepskin waistcoat over the top, with a dagger in a leather sheath slung around her hips. I've never seen anyone dressed like this before. She curls her arm into mine, and before I can ask any questions, she starts running, dragging me alongside. Slow down, I say, my breath rattling out of me. Who are you? I hear a scream, and the monkey appears from nowhere, his gold dust shimmering the night. Hanu, she laughs. There you are, naughty monkey. He runs to her, and she lifts him up awkwardly, struggling to hold him. You're too big for this now, she says affectionately. So he's your monkey? Yes, she says happily. You're mine, aren't you, little Hanu? He gives us both a cheeky grin, and the girl takes my hand again, and together the three of us chase through the garden, the girl tugging me onwards. We seem to have done a big loop of the wild garden, ducking under trees, kicking through fallen leaves and twigs, until I just make out the house again in the far-off distance, its twinkling lights peeping through the darkness. We shoot backwards and forwards, round tree trunks and spiralling paths, and finally stop at the tree I saw from my window. There's a rope swing hooked onto the branch, just like the one in Mum's photo. I stand beneath the enormous tree, its branches spreading like a canopy above me, the green feathery leaves waving in the breeze. Mum was here, I think. I press my palms against its thick bark, try to work out what to feel or to think. Get on, daydreamer, laughs the girl, gesturing to the swing seat. But as she catches sight of my face, a deep crease appears between her brows. Are you okay? I don't know, I say truthfully. Who are you? Where did you come from? How did you disappear before when I heard you calling? The girl smiles. So many questions. Come on, let's get on the swing first. The night is becoming stranger with each turn, and I don't know why, but I do feel as I am told. But I do as I'm told, and I sit on the swing. She leaps on behind me, slots her feet either side, and stands up, pushing until we're zooming so fast at the twinkling moonlight sky that I have to grip the rope tighter. The house lights flash in and out of view as we arc through the air, cool midnight dew settling on my skin. It's like we're under a magical green bubble, better than any fairground ride, pinpricks of silver stars shining through the arching branches. I give myself up to the flow, excitement pumping through my veins as we go faster, higher, until we're so high I think we might shoot into the night. She lets out a throaty sound, and that's halfway between a yodel and a song. Should we go even higher, Tamarind? What did you say? How can she know who I am? Suddenly I felt a little bit scared. How did you know my name? She doesn't reply. Each time the swing flies through the air, the wind whips the leaves on the trees so they make a loud rustling sound. The garden stretches out below me, spreading into the shadowy distance, and the house with its turrets sitting up upon the mound, a long way away. What's your name? I call to the girl. It's as if the garden is holding its breath, and she pushes the swing even higher. Ishtar, she sings. A cloud of shimmering fireflies flutter past my head, lighting up the garden with their iridescent glow. The swing begins to slow down, and the girl, Ishtar, jumps to the ground. She whistles. Hanu leaps out of the tree and grabs hold of her hand. She tickles him under the chin. I bite my lip, trying to work things out. It must be nice to have a pet monkey. Ishtar slides her arm through mine again. Yes, he's my buddy, but he's an old monkey now. Hanu chirps as if in protest. Anyway, let's do something nice. Should we go for a swim? Find some berries? We could be friends if you wanted. Her eyes glow. I'd love to get to know you. I'm not sure. After all, I don't know anything about her, and she doesn't seem to want to answer any of my questions. But clearly, she knows the garden really well. She must live somewhere close by. Without warning, tiredness came over me like a rain cloud, and I flop onto the ground, yawning, the soft sounds of frogs soothing as a lullaby. I've been out for ages tonight, and I haven't slept yet. It's got to be 3 or 4 in the morning, maybe later. Actually, I'd better get back. And you've got to go home too, haven't you? She doesn't reply. Instead, she gazes up at the stars and gives a long sigh. We walk back together, skirting the edge of the wild garden, heading towards the house. As we near the hut, she stops, looks towards the darkened paths that lead to the house beyond, with something like longing in her eyes. Suddenly, I feel bad for not playing with her more. Maybe you can come to the house in the morning, I suggest. We can play then. I can't. She leans against the trunk of a tree, as if she's suddenly exhausted. But I've got something for you. She dips her hand into her pocket and holds out a long dark pod, about the length of my palm. I hold out my hand and she drops it in there. It feels rough and slightly warm. It's really pretty. I've never seen anything like this before, and I examine it closely. Thank you. I don't have anything for you though, sorry. I give the seed pod a shake, and it rattles as if it has treasure hidden inside. Her face lit up by the moon seems paler. It doesn't matter, but it means we're real friends now. Her mouth curls into a smile. That's really kind. I put it into my pocket. Suddenly I don't feel so alone in this strange place. Beyond the mountains, the sky is turning to the light and the stars are beginning to fade. I start to panic, remembering everything that happened tonight with the family. I have to get back before they find out that I've sneaked out into the garden. Come back soon, won't you? At night, meet me by the swing. She turns back towards the archway, little Hanu, her monkey, tripping along behind her, the flash of his tail disappearing into the trees. Wait, where are you going? Where do you live? Why can we only play at night? I start to follow, but she's much too quick, and when I try to work out which way she went, I can't see her at all.